then again, no. Hey guys, this is music podcast time.
With Cole and Jasper.
Cole, Jasper, and Zahava.
Zahava.
Welcome, Zahava.
Hello.
We also, Sasha's here on her computer. Say hi.
Hi.
That's Sasha. That's my sister. Zahava is a stand-up comedian from UCLA.
I am not.
She's a regular at the Comedy Store. Close personal friend of Michael
I walk
Richards.
by there all the time.
I've been there a few times as a member of the audience.
So, who's your favorite comedian to back up on stage?
I've never been on stage
Like
before,
a backing vocalist?
other than playing a bunny in Into the Woods. So I wouldn't really know who I'm backing up.
So, who's your favorite comedian to I don't know, go hang out with or be a good friend?
I don't know. I'll watch Netflix and hang out with some of the best.
Why did he do this?
What?
Why did he do this?
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you're listening to the music podcast. In case you forgot, Cole, Jasper, Zahava, Sasha. Yeah. So Zahava, you're a stand-up comedian. You shared the stage with such greats as Tommy Lee Jones, Jerry Lee Lewis, Jerry Michael, George Michael,
Robin Williams.
George Michael Bluth from that show.
Robin Williams.
So Robin Williams killed himself. Did you cry or were you glad or did you?
I was actually devastated.
Oh, really?
He was a wonderful person, but I have unfortunately never met him. So I mean that's even sadder.
I met him actually.
Really?
You did?
Yeah. I was underground.
Underground?
And I found this lamp.
I thought you said undergrad.
Oh, I see.
And my monkey rubbed it for some reason, and Robin Williams pumped out.
Do you think that
And then I married a princess.
Do you think it was because? Do you think that your monkey rubbed the lamp?
Did he look like this?
Because he didn't touch you. He wasn't touched by you enough. Maybe you didn't rub his back enough.
I really don't think he ever consented to me touching him.
Guys, I just looked
I
up.
was just respecting the monkey.
Yeah.
I just looked up Robin
But when
Williams.
he climbed on you, you never ever touched his paw.
He didn't know how to climb.
When you saw Robin Williams, did he look like
both
this?
of his arms.
Oh my gosh.
I just looked up Robin Williams naked and I didn't get any results that I wanted.
No.
I got other people naked.
You know what?
Here we go.
I'm okay with not saying any of that.
Have you checked the dark web?
No, let me go to darkweb.com. No, it's .net. What is the dark?
Is this a giant hidden ad for a VPN? Because
Yeah, so guys, actually, I'm really glad you came in. I want to introduce you to Ola VPN. It's a great service. I'm going to turn it on right now. I'm going to say I live in the United States, which is true.
Sure it is.
Do you have any sponsors yet?
Yeah, so the Dario strings.
Also, at Alcoholics Anonymous, do you have any sponsors yet?
I don't go there.
Me neither.
Do you go there?
I don't go there.
Have you ever been to AA or NA?
I have for psychology class.
But not for your own personal use?
No.
What did you have to? What was your assignment to do?
Well, I actually went to Cocaine Anonymous, and I will tell you, me and my friend went, and we were both going through shit, and we both started hysterically crying. It's so sad.
From laughing or happy or sad?
Yeah, we were literally pointing at people.
I mean, because I'm just
at the demise of their lives and being like, "Look at you."
What are some of the exact stories?
I don't know if I can say that because I'm not in the program,
It's
but
called anonymous.
yeah, should I go and say that?
If you don't say their names, then it's anonymous.
You know what? I don't like that.
Let's talk about something else.
Talk about music.
So
yeah,
Zahava,
that's pretty dark. I don't want to.
You're a successful singer. You've been on stage with Joni Mitchell, Ariel from that movie.
Ariel, yeah.
The Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
You were in The Little Mermaid?
I was in The Little Mermaid. I was the kelp.
You were the kelp?
I played the kelp.
Did you just stand still?
You might have heard me going.
Did you just stand still the whole time?
I actually, you know how sometimes they'll go and do movement.
Movement?
They'll do movement to go and imitate before they go and actually put the animation together. I was the kelp. I was the inspiration for the kelp.
Oh, so you're actually
I was
kelp.
going like this.
Are you a member of Fish Doran and the Kelp Rebels?
Yeah, exactly.
You know that band?
Yeah.
I know, different bands.
You know what? Let's go and sing The Cat's in the Cradle.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're going to do this podcast a little different. We're going to do the songs at the beginning, and we're going to do the heart-wrenching stories.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Anyone who is from Alcoholics Anonymous, I totally take everything seriously, and I would never divulge your secrets. And I'm so sorry about me joking about it.
We have a listenership of like 2, so
I'm so sorry.
26 views on our first episode.
Hey, you know what? I don't even know if you are in the program. You could be.
I could be.
You could be. So I mean, I don't know if that angered you.
But if you see me drink like 2 beers and pass out, you know that I'm not.
When you know, for us comedians, for all professional comedians, we share the stage with the likes of Robin Williams, Michael Scott, and Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, Bobby Lee. Don't forget Bobby Lee.
And Bobby Lee Gifford. So we are.
I was talking about Robert E. Lee.
We have serious, and General Robert E. Lee. We have serious lives and we have jokes.
Okay.
And
yes.
when you're a comedian, it's all about jokes. So you got to joke about it.
Yes, if we say anything offensive, just know we don't mean it, because a joke is a joke is a joke is a joke. You know, we're gonna be talking about racism. We're gonna be talking about history. We're gonna be talking about Sailor Moon and anime. So if any of that is offensive to you, turn it off. Because that's not the podcast you're listening to. And the cats.
I don't know the song at all.
Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. We'll get together then. You know what? Now we should do Wild World by Cat Stevens.
Look how good Jasper is at the keyboard.
Wild World.
That was good. You know, I've never heard I've never heard Cats in the Cradle.
Really? That was your first time hearing Cats?
Well, I've heard people singing that part of it.
It goes exactly.
You obviously never went to Jewish camp.
I've never been to Jewish camp.
Did you go to the summer?
Which is ironic.
I went to Temple Isaiah, and then we did it, and I remember I actually had a really fun time. We went to Malibu, and they had a thing. I remember that, and I was just living my life. And my sister, her knee popped out during that trip.
She dislocated?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that happened to me too.
Yeah.
Was she okay?
I mean, yeah, we talked about this, and it's happened to me twice. But with her, it was just she twisted it wrong.
Oh shit.
But yeah.
Yeah, knees are fucked. Knees are like really bad. Just bad.
Yeah, especially when you're using them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, was she sucking dick at Jewish camp?
Yeah, she was 12 years old. You know what's actually really interesting? The guy who picked her up when she fell is actually a convicted pedophile.
Really?
Yeah, he actually went to prison. He had an affair with a 13-year-old girl in New York, and I'm not going to divulge his name, but it was a consensual thing, and then the parents found out about the emails, and he went to jail for 2 years.
Did they actually like what? Yeah. But that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, my sister actually saw him at a self-defense class, so I mean, he's getting his life together. So.
Was he like being used as an example of how to beat up the pedophile? Because I know they have those.
They do that. That's part of it.
That's actually really interesting, because I actually don't know, but my sister, I know that she was taking a self-defense course, and she did it.
What self-defense did she do?
Yeah. I remember he was always really nice, but I remember he was kicked out of our temple, and I remember I didn't really understand why, and it was all kept under wraps, and he met the rabbi eye to eye, and he was like, "This is my home, this is where I grew up," and the guy was like, "You can't be here," and then the guy was like, "You don't understand why," and then he was like, "Oh," he's like, "You know what you did." So.
Can you get excommunicated from Judaism?
Judaism?
I mean,
I don't know. It's really.
I guess
can't be stopped from believing in something.
My parents were super religious when we were little, and I actually just asked my dad. I'm like, because I didn't even know this, but you can have sex before marriage in Judaism. He said.
What sect of Judaism were you?
So we were like Orthodox.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we were Orthodox, but I am Ashkenazi. I'm not Sephardic, which is different. So I mean, I didn't even know that. So I guess I'm not going to hell. Cause,
probably not.
Yeah.
Did you know that in the 1300s?
From all those orgies, you know.
Okay, we'll talk about
Did you know that in the 1300s the Roman Catholic Church actually split, but before the Reformation, they had two popes, and
I heard
half of Europe had allegiance to one pope, and the other half had allegiance to the other pope, and both popes excommunicated the other half of Europe. So all of Europe was excommunicated.
My friend Pope Francis told me about that. He said it was actually just a joke.
Yeah, that was before you got into comedy, because you had to ask the Pope first, right?
I asked the Pope to get.
Yeah, he has the Pope's blessing.
The Pope is like such an inherently funny figure. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think that this Pope has like affairs with women? I don't think so. Do you? Because
maybe
you know
he has
they
affairs
have
with
taken.
Men. I don't know.
No. But traditionally, like if you go and look at like the beginning of the Catholic Church, all of them had women, like tons of women. They had like groupies, and I'm just curious if like the popes now have it. I mean, yeah, I'm curious if that is a thing. Also, if there was a position, the favorite position for the Pope, what do you think it would be? That's a funny question.
Probably missionary. Or maybe
I feel like the answer's pretty obvious there.
Missionary. I would say reverse cowgirl.
I was gonna say reverse cowgirl because
I would think
the Pope
reverse
probably
cowgirl.
finds that exotic in America.
Yeah,
anymore.
reverse cowgirl. Can we all agree? And say.
I don't really feel like this is something we have to agree on.
I say amen to that. Azkaban.
So you've had orgy sex a lot, is that right?
Oh, so much.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
No, I actually haven't, but I have been. I do remember when I was like 18, I met this guy from Tinder who went to SMC before me, and his friend came by, and I remember the next day I got a text from them, and he was like, "Hey, me and my best friend think you're really cute. Let's have an orgy. Let's have a threesome together."
Do guys really want to have threesomes with other guys?
No, also it's like weird. Like, can you imagine having I wouldn't want a close friend to go and have a threesome with. This is his best friend, his like guy. Yeah. So what? So you know, like okay,
that sounds
okay.
like
of all your friends, so there's your best friend, there's your close friend, there's your there's your like friend, there's your acquaintance. So of all those, which one would you want to go and have a threesome with or go to an orgy with? I wouldn't want to go and have my best friend, my close friend, maybe my friend. Like my friend, like, oh yeah.
If I went to an orgy, I feel like I'd be pretty nervous. I might want someone I trust there.
Oh, so maybe a best friend?
Yeah.
Or maybe a good friend. Best friend or good friend?
One.
Okay.
It
What
depends.
about you?
I don't know, like I wouldn't necessarily want to be touching them.
Yeah.
But as if they were in the room, I'd feel good.
You don't want a good cheek caress?
I'll do that, but I don't want to, be sucking each other's dick.
Yeah. You know what I always wonder whenever I was on
that's what I'm
Tinder,
talking about.
and I don't know if anybody else thinks this, but do you ever wonder what people's belly buttons look like before you see them?
You know what? I never have.
No, I haven't.
Because some are star-shaped, some are like sarcastic, like.
There's people.
My sister, she has a sarcastic one.
There's people who I've seen their belly buttons, and I just still have no idea what they look like. I just never.
I'm not a very observant person. I think I've never thought.
No, but that's whatever I think. But
like, if you said
before
guess the belly button based off
I will
people's
tell
belly
you.
buttons I've seen, I don't think I'd be able to get a single.
I don't give a shit about people's
Except maybe
penis,
mine.
but I will tell you, I care about a good belly button.
Does that make you hot to see a good belly button?
No, it doesn't. But I
It's
care
like more of
about
an aesthetic
it.
thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's more of aesthetic. Like yeah. No, for those that don't have belly buttons, like Kyle XY, I'm so sorry that's
Who does the best belly button you've seen?
Let me go and think. Of all the people, do I say their name or do I just should I?
Full name.
Full name. Well, the best two. So the best belly button would probably be the person who I'm dating right now, and then the person who I was dating previously. He had a pretty good belly button, I will say. He was a good belly button.
French guy, the last guy?
No.
If the person you're currently dating right now were to hear this podcast, would he be jealous that you're comparing his belly button to your ex's belly button?
I'm not comparing him to my ex's belly button. I think they're wonderful belly buttons. I think that they're fabulous. But yeah, I mean, what's the best belly button that you've seen?
I don't know, like, James actually had a good belly button. I'm just thinking of ones that I can actually remember what they look like. Because...
I think that this is a really long conversation.
Yeah, so let's keep it going.
Yeah.
So I don't, like, there's people that I know that I've definitely seen their belly button, and I don't really remember what it looks like. Like, I don't know what Jack's
Okay, so what about lint? So you have a perfect, so hypothetically, okay. So you have a perfect belly button, but they're filled with lint. Do you say something, or do you just like...
Yes,
do
you take it out.
Yeah.
One time,
Guys
I found
yeah.
a small rock in my ex-boyfriend's belly button, and I tried to
Did you
get
smell
it?
it?
I couldn't
Did
get
you
it out.
did
It's
you
still in there.
Did you smell it though?
No.
That's a big question. That's a question we all want to know. But anyway, I like a good clean belly button, but it's hard to go and remember to clean it every single time you take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to go and think, like, when you go to the shower, do you actively think, gotta clean my ears, gotta clean my parts, gotta clean my everything
when you say
else.
Parts, what are you talking about?
My breasts and my vagina, and then my...
You have to clean your breasts.
and then my underarms.
Your breasts don't just clean themselves?
They don't.
Doesn't the shape of them make it so that the water runs down and kind of does... Oh, I guess under them.
Yeah. I don't know. I have pretty perky boobies, so I gotta go and make sure they're clean.
You and me are in the same boat.
Yeah, I know. But we have very different shaped boobies.
I think I may be completely imagining this just due to being a narcissist piece of shit, but I think I've been told I have very nice breasts. I'm pretty sure.
I think you have.
I think I said you had a comfortable bosom. I don't think I said you had nice breasts.
No, someone literally said I have nice breasts. Unless
that wasn't me.
I'm sure it did happen at some point.
I think it did, yeah.
Thank you for what you just said, though. I had a comfortable bosom.
Yeah. What's the grossest thing that's ever come out of you?
Probably like shit anytime.
It comes out of...
Shit's kind of nuts.
I was talking about like vocally, I was talking about like visually, I was thinking about mentally.
See, I'm
but
thinking
you just
about,
you went physically.
I was thinking about excretion.
Yeah. If you said ever come out of you, that does, that could mean, I mean, you're literally, aren't you a sex major at UCLA, sex studies?
Yeah, well, I'm doing gender
class?
studies, but I'm planning to go and do become a sexuality professor.
Do you have penis class, vagina class, where you have to vote on the best penis versus vagina?
Well, like, do you know the anatomy of a vagina and a penis?
What do you do in sex class? Do you talk about?
So I'm just like, oh my god, there's this guy, and that's what I I'm like, guys, so it's all about like girls going and talking about like their sex lives. Oh my god, I didn't finish again.
Sounds like a really easy major.
I know that.
I'm totally joking. No, it's more serious.
I know that this week is actually Sex Week.
I know it is. Yeah.
They have Sex Week at UCLA.
Yeah.
What does that entail?
That's where the students are required to have as much sex as possible.
Yeah.
You know.
Create the future.
Spread the love.
Cool, I've had sex in the last
You know what? You know what I will say
That's none of your
with the birth
business.
control.
I'm just asking. We're talking.
With the birth
We're on
control of
podcast,
today,
so
you wanna go and have as much sex as you can to make sure that the condoms are working and the birth control is working, because you don't know if the conservatives has slipped something into our water, so we want to go and test.
And then we find out the hard way.
Yeah, exactly. So you keep trying to make sure. I need a double. I need a second opinion, a third opinion, a fourth opinion,
as many opinions as it takes.
So that's what you do. But you always gotta stay safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always gotta stay safe.
I would say I don't like any forms of birth control because they're all bad for you.
Oh, absolutely. Actually,
condoms are like not made of good materials.
Yeah.
They go inside your body. Birth control fucks with your hormones. So I just don't use any of it.
Well, actually, I was at a meeting and we were talking about this. The reason why condoms are so bad for women and so bad for men is because some of these big condom companies, they go and they don't let their condoms cool correctly, and you're supposed to wait like a few minutes to go and cool them before they go and take shape. And the plastic, that's the reason why the plastic's so big, and that it can go inside of you, and that you can go and get like yeast infections and stuff. They're supposed to wait a certain amount of time, and because it's mass production, they don't wait. Otherwise, and that's the reason why for like less popular companies, they have to go and it's a little more expensive because of the time that you're paying for. But honestly, I really wish that, you know, more people went and did like the natural route. However, there's just so many irresponsible people, and it's just a matter of a lot of people would rather do something. But I was just the kind of person, like, I had birth control, and then I was just like, I wanted my body to go and work, so I like was on it for a year, and it was making me anxious, and it was making me crazy, and it also like hurt some of my relationships. But I just kept doing it, and now
that makes a lot of sense. It fucks with your hormones so badly.
Yeah.
That's like the last thing I would ever put in my body. Like,
yeah, and I finally have one that works, but at the same time, I'm just like, no. But the partner that I have right now, it's just like something that's necessary because there's a lot of, you know, stuff before that could eventually go and do it. And you know, some people, they don't have any like pre-cum or anything, but like I don't want to go and get pregnant right now because it just wouldn't be good. But maybe I'd get more financial aid, you know.
Well, you know, everybody, welcome.
Thanks UCLA.
Welcome back to the music podcast with Cole and Jasper. We're talking about music.
So you like that song, right? That's like Baby Shark,
Baby Shark, Baby Shark, Baby Shark, Baby Daddy Shark, Daddy Shark, Daddy Shark, Daddy Shark, Mommy Shark, Mommy Shark, Mommy Shark, Mommy Shark, Grandma Shark, Grandma Shark, Grandma Shark, Grandma Shark. Grandpa Shark, Grandpa Shark, Grandpa Shark, Grandpa Shark.
So when you were at the Holocaust Museum,
I was at the Holocaust Museum.
Did you sing that song?
Actually, no, I didn't. No,
to make it become more kind of like a light moment.
To make it a light moment.
Did you do that?
I haven't been to the Holocaust Museum since I was in Israel, so I didn't get a chance.
They have one in Israel?
But you know, they have this beautiful fountain at the Holocaust Remembrance, and it's all of pictures and stuff. And then there's a big well on the bottom. So what if I sing it and all of the images are looking down at me, and I go and sing, Baby Shark, Baby Shark, Baby Shark, Baby Shark.
Where did that song come from? I heard it once and one time only.
Would you ever play that for your kid? Real talk. I don't know if any of you want to have
what
kids,
is
but
with
imagine.
all these songs that I've never heard before? I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I thought I was a man of culture.
You would do it?
You know, when you sang that was the first time I ever heard that song.
Oh my god, that was such a funny moment. We were cracking up.
Yeah,
Oh my god, you want to hear something so funny? I was playing the song Let Me Smell Your Dick, and he thought it was Beyonce.
That's a good song. That's a good song.
Okay, let's play it.
Yeah,
why you coming home?
Let's go with the hit. So this is my favorite keyboard. It's not important, but
Okay, everyone, we're going to play the classical song by Mozart.
Rap 26.
Let me smell your dick.
Here we go.
This was one of the soundtracks to my road trip last summer.
Here we go.
Why you coming home 5 a.m? Something's going on. Let me smell your
You guys
dick.
gonna fucking beat this?
Why don't you make a beat that makes sense,
Don't
Jeff?
treat me like
It's
a
in 5/8.
I'm not playing. There's
Okay,
no 5/8 on
this is by Beyonce.
Here we go. Wait, maybe I can make it in 5/8. No.
It's not really.
Why
5/8,
you
that's just-
coming home 5 a.m? What's going on? Let me smell your dick.
Yep.
Don't treat me like a fool, cause that ain't cool. So what you gonna do? Let me smell your dick.
Basically,
Okay,
he
now-
cheated on
now-
her, and she wants to know if he cheated on her
yeah.
by smelling
So
his
now
dick.
let's go and do Old Town Road.
What's that?
Oh my god, I sent you the song. You
Oh,
haven't
that
heard
song.
it?
That song. I know.
Okay, Old Town Road. Gonna take me down to that Old Town Road. Okay, I don't know what this is doing. We should sing Caillou song. The Caillou song.
How does that go?
It's dun 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 dun. I'm Caillou.
Oh shit!
Caillou. I'm Caillou.
What if like the army was trying to like appeal to like African American communities in the 90s and they released a song that's just like
What?
You You mean the revolutionary song?
Yeah,
the Confederate song?
And they thought like, because the army doesn't really know anything, they were probably like, this will probably like get African American
Oh my
youths to like
gosh,
think the army is like cool and hip.
What song is that?
Let's talk about cultural appropriation.
That's a Confederate war march?
Let's talk
it's
about
the US
cultural.
war.
Let's talk about cultural appropriation.
I'm not bringing it
Do you think though, if I have one braid in my hair, that it's cultural appropriation?
Braids, I think.
Is that like the
single-
mound of sand argument?
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
take
yeah.
away a grain of sand, it's still a mound.
At what
But
point
at
is
what point is it no longer?
You know what? It's
polygrams
like
are
this.
12
It's like
grades.
this. Okay, this is the equivalent of cultural appropriation. So you're eating Indian food,
Is it cultural
and then
appropriation
you
to eat
fart
Indian
afterwards. Cultural.
food? This
That
conversation makes.
is possibly the best argument.
Or you're eating fried chicken and then you fart afterwards.
Is that cultural appropriation?
That one does not make as much sense as the other one.
You're eating watermelon. Okay, that's enough.
Now who's racist?
That's enough about culture. I warned the audience before.
They know.
They know. You've been warned. The 3 people who are listening.
So no, I don't think that would be.
I don't think.
I don't think it would be. No, I'm totally joking. But do you get what I'm saying about the
You
Indian
must be
and
a
fart?
professional comedian because you like.
No, I do not get what you're saying about Indian and fart. Do you know that I can't burp?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have to do
That
fart extra
can't
then?
be
Can
true.
No, I
can
just-
you sneeze?
That can't be true.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
it's
can
possible that you can't burp on command, but you have to be able to
You know,
burp.
sometimes I hiccup
I've only
after I
burped
come.
very rarely in very small little. You know,
Okay,
like,
so you can burp.
I can burp. I don't know how.
Sometimes I hiccup after I come.
There you
And
go.
sometimes I orgasm after Domino's pizza.
Oh, you told us about
Every
this.
time I hang out with you, you talk about that.
Wait,
And
you
ask if I
orgasm?
knew it, and I
Wait,
say
you
yes.
orgasm
Okay,
after
okay.
sex after Domino's pizza,
No.
or you orgasm
no,
after
I'll be
eating
okay.
Domino's
Okay,
pizza?
so I'll be asleep. I'll be asleep, and then all of a sudden, I just get a feeling after I've eaten Domino's pizza, and then I just orgasm. It's just really weird. I don't know if it's assault or something. If anybody knows anything, please leave a comment.
Are you like? Have you been telling a joke or is this actually?
This is actually true.
She wants
This is
to
true.
know.
This
Yes, please.
this podcast turned out to be sexier than I expected.
I
That
think you're
is-
obsessed.
That is like always what to expect.
Yeah,
with
from
the-
Domino's. Oh, this is sponsored by Domino's. Would you want to? If
You guys
you
wanna-
actually knew that was actually proven and that people actually did have orgasms from
You guys want to order
Domino's
a pizza or something?
You want to order a pizza?
I don't eat pizza.
Yeah, I honestly I had a calzone today, so I'm a little full, but I would do it. But I
What
don't.
were we? You know what we were? Remember what we were doing before Cole came? We were just looking at pictures of pizza.
Yeah, we
And then-
were.
do you
Yeah.
remember
You know
when-
what all starts with a P?
Oh.
Pink.
Piano, like when I'm
pink,
playing.
pink.
Piano.
Okay.
So remember when we were making looking about pizza?
Yeah, we were.
Do you remember that I drew a calzone and it looked good and you didn't want to look at it, but then you agreed that it looked good?
It looked
Do you
good.
remember when I drew a pizza and it was at night and the moon had spikes, like how if the sun had spikes?
Remember when the moon hit your eye like a big pet pizza pie, and that was a more.
A big pet pizza pie. Yeah. Hey Lois, remember the time when the moon hit your eye like a
No.
Peter Griffin?
Hey, remember that time?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite song?
My favorite
Is it
song?
"Cat in the Cradle" or "Come"?
No,
Song?
no.
Or I mean, suck.
What's
suck,
my
Smell
What's
Song.
my
Okay.
absolute favorite
suck,
song?
Suck
You know what, Jasper?
What? What?
If you could suck your own dick, would you?
Yeah, try it. Why not? If I could.
Oh, you know what my favorite song is?
What?
My favorite song is it's Queen, and then it's Can Anybody Find Me Somebody to Love? That's a good song. I like that song. But it's kind of basic.
I'm trying to.
Also, you know, I love Bach Symphony, Mozart. You know, I love.
You like Bach Symphony?
I love Bach Symphony.
You know he didn't write. Actually, he did.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh, you sound so silly right now.
Really?
No,
Family
Mozart's
Guy
great. You know, I love dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that's
Dun,
that's
dun.
un knock music or something.
What do you guys think about the musical numbers in Family Guy?
Yeah.
Do you think there are any redeeming qualities to the show Family Guy? Discuss.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Wait, what do I think about the
actually do
musical
love that
numbers?
show,
And do
yeah.
I think there are any redeemable qualities to the show?
Yeah.
Well, Stewie's in it.
You know what? I will say though, I actually, I've watched
Stewie head.
Seth MacFarlane's interviews, and I think it's amazing that he was able to sell something in his mid-20s to Fox. But I will say he's one of those people who is against sex workers, so I don't really like him.
Zahava, you're a sex worker and a business person. Can you tell us
All
about
sex workers are business people.
That's actually
All
true.
workers are business
All
people.
Yeah.
I've never had sex for
Power
money.
to the workers.
Someone saying you're a businessman
All
is like
sex
saying you
workers
have a
go
job.
to heaven.
Yeah.
Now we're
Okay, so if there were actually war parties like the Wolf of Wall Street, would you want to go to them where there's a bunch of cocaine, there's a bunch of prostitutes, you
I
know?
don't do coke, and I don't know if I want to fuck prostitutes, especially with like my friends who work at a fucking stock place.
Do you not like sex workers?
Okay, I want to.
I mean, I don't particularly want to have sex with them. I don't.
No. In
dislike
terms
them.
of just people.
Okay, what's a
No,
sex
they're fine, I
worker?
don't care. I don't
What?
think I know.
What's a
maybe.
sex worker?
A sex worker is somebody. So it depends because there's different kinds of sex workers. There
Can
are
I like some sex workers?
yeah.
So
there-
you mean like anyone
so
who
there-
sells
so-
sex
Yeah. So sex workers is the correct term. I mean.
for sexuality?
Yeah, for people who go and they, they sell some kind of service, and they go and give it. Some people they go and,
You mean like a service?
yeah, service.
Okay, so a prostitute.
I wouldn't say. I mean, that it's a bit of a ancient term, you know.
Okay, so
So sex workers
what used
are,
to be called prostitutes are now called sex workers.
yeah, if you want to be.
But they're
yeah.
like the same thing.
Yeah, well, actually, a friend of me and Jasper's, I had a debate with their family and everything, and I was just like talking about like I hope one day that all sex workers are respected the same way that teachers and people in the public eye are, and they absolutely disagreed with me, and I was just kind of surprised by that because I think that sometimes because I'm just like I think that sometimes I forget that people judge people. And I don't know if that's a little bit of a... I think that maybe that's a bit naive, but I just, like, on an everyday basis, I kind of forget that. Yeah, what do you think? Do you ever forget about people judging other people?
No, because I'm constantly judging people.
I don't think about anyone except myself at any time of the day.
Well, that's not true. Jasper's one of the most selfless people I know.
That's because I'm compensating for something.
He opened his
Yeah.
doors to us. And where's my lemonade? I forgot to drink it. I'll be right back.
Bad move, Cole.
Damn. It's been sitting there. Put some ice in it. I don't know. Wherever you.
So Sasha, do you ever forget that people are judgmental?
In what way? Like
Okay, so I was like talking about how one of me and Jasper's friends, I went over to their house and their mom and their sister was there, and we were talking about like people who are sex workers, and I was just like, I hope that one day they get the same kind of respect that everyone does, and they completely disagreed, and I was giving the points of like how it goes and contributes to those non-cells.
Non-cells.
Non-
It also
People-
lowers overall tension in society.
Yeah, exactly.
people cannot differentiate between the people who pay for sex workers and sex workers themselves. They see like
Yeah.
the whole thing as like shameful or bad, but
What's wrong with the people that pay for sex workers? What's wrong with the people that pay for sex workers?
well, some of them abuse the sex workers.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ones that treat them badly,
Yeah.
not the ones that just like use their
I
services
want,
respectfully.
but anybody, I want to.
and also
but,
pimps.
Yeah.
Pimps are bad.
I want to be a financial dominatrix, where somebody goes and just pays me.
to like step on them and stuff.
Yeah.
Findom.
Yeah. So that service is where you have a wealthy man and you go and you say, "Hey, bitch, you better go and wire me $50,000 now." And then some of the men, so some of the women tell the men where to live. You're gonna live in this fucking shack downtown in Crenshaw. So that's what I want to do. So if anybody
Wait.
knows anybody that can wire me $50,000,
Wait, they pay you They pay you to treat them terribly?
Yes.
That sounds like literally they're just the easiest job.
They get off on
They
you
get off on
treating
you,
them
yeah.
the way
And
that
for you,
They get off
yeah.
on-
treat their
And
workers.
you
They get off.
financially tell them. So it's basically like, you know, when you're a kid and you want to go and get ice cream or something, and your parents are like, no, you can't go and have it. It's like, I get to tell you where you get to eat. I get to tell you where you go and get to sleep, where you live, who you talk to, also who you support. Like, you wanna go and support your grandma, like your grandma who's dying. Like, no.
You want to
You
do all
should
that
go-
to him?
You should do
I
like.
I thought the guy's already wealthy and old as it
No.
is.
I'm totally joking. I would never do that.
You should do like
Unless they,
like
unless
go
they
on
got
the
off
street
on
like
it,
a
if
like
they
a
paid you
regular
50,000.
prostitute, but then just be like, oh, I only do like financial domination, like unless you.
No,
have a
I
million
honestly-
Hey baby, looking
No,
for a good
no.
time? Looking for a shit time?
Well, I did tell you I did get paid to meet sugar daddies, and I made $2,400, and then I invested it in the stock market. But that was just meeting them.
That'd
But
be really funny.
yeah, it was really
I know
funny.
several
You
other
have-
people.
have you ever been
Yeah,
hired
yeah,
as
yeah.
like a
No, but I do know girls who have actually slept with men. But like honestly, those guys on there, they even if I had accepted and been like, yeah, I definitely want to do this, and there's no sex involved. No, the guys are trying to convince you to have sex with them, and I'm just not down for that because I don't want to. Also, they want you to be monogamous with them. Ew, no.
Sorry, have you ever been paid to be a fake girlfriend at a party or something?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. Let me think.
Someone wanted me to do that to like get back at their ex, but I think it was just like a thinly
Is that a
veiled
thing?
ploy.
Is that a real thing?
That's like a. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Is that a real thing?
A thinly veiled ploy.
Yeah.
Man, I only
It's
wish
like,
that
well, I guess we might as well just.
If I didn't have such bad anxiety, I would have made it instead of $2,400 of meeting men. I would have made it $10,000 and invested in the stock market and made it.
You can do it again. You can get.
No,
your
it gave me
extra-
such bad anxiety. It
Oh.
literally
So
gave me
what
such
are
bad
they-
anxiety.
What,
So
are
they're
they,
like-
what are they paying you for?
So they pay you because their potential. So all of the guys that I met, they wanted me to go and be their sugar baby. So they go and they say, thanks for meeting me. Here's $500. I'll contact you soon. And then they text you like the next day. And
So
they're- Hi, everyone. This is gonna go viral, just so you know. This is a funny conversation. Yeehaw! She's a rich girl, and she gone too far, cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the romance money. You can rely on the romance money. It's a bitch girl, and it's gone too far, and you know it don't matter anyway. And say money won't get you too far, get you too far. Don't you know? Don't you know that it's wrong to take what he's giving me so far gone out of the rain. Trying to be strong, but you gotta be strong. Oh, she's a bitch girl, and it's gone too far, but it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, and it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can save money, but you won't get you too far, get you too far. It's so easy
To hurt others when you can't feel pain.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
I'm not done.
He's not done.
Wow.
Thanks, guys. That was a Paul Simon original, "Rich Girl." It's about his wife, who he loves.
You're a bitch.
So,
hold on. While we're talking about Daryl Hall and Hall Oates, Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Hall Oates.
I love Hall Oates.
What we're talking about Daryl Hall and John Oates, have you ever thought about just how many hits they churned out?
I only know
like
Rich Girl and a couple others.
Oh, okay. Rich Girl, I Can't Go For That. Here It Comes, that one. Kisses on My List.
You know who had the
Private Eyes.
You know who had the biggest penis?
Out of Touch.
Of them two?
Probably
both of them, though.
Probably John Oates. I mean, do you see that mustache? He clearly
no,
has a big penis.
Jimi Hendrix had the biggest penis of all rock stars.
Yeah, probably.
That's just not verifiable.
Yes, it is actually.
Actually,
there was somebody
they did
who.
an autopsy?
Yeah, no. They did. There was a woman who was a groupie, and she did molds of all their penises. So that's verifiable.
There was a woman who slept with all the Beatles who said that Ringo has the biggest.
Oh, he eats a lot of broccoli. He's the only vegetarian, so that makes sense. And he probably farts a lot.
He is now. Unless he's not, I have no idea.
Isn't it crazy that Paul McCartney dated somebody with a wooden leg? Doesn't that just give you more room, you know?
Or less room. Depends on how flexible the leg is.
No, but if you sleep on the right side of the bed and you're missing the right side leg, that gives your man more room.
Yes.
That's part of the patriarchy. That's a part of the problem.
I think that's a logical fallacy.
Wait, isn't that better for everybody, though?
Women should have men lose their legs more so that they can have more room in the bed.
Statistically, men have lost. The average man has less legs than the average woman because.
I know. My great uncles both lost their legs to diabetes.
Diabetes. Yeah. So actually, it's not patriarchy at all. Male privilege is losing your leg.
Male privilege is losing your leg. Hallelujah.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. The troops go marching up. Yeah, there's a really good version
Okay,
of that
so
song.
if you were in Gone with the Wind, this is a real serious question. If you were in Gone with the Wind, would you want to be a Confederate or would you want to go and be part of the Yankees?
I'm gonna pretend like I've seen that book and
okay, so you're part of the Revolutionary War. Revolutionary War. What are you?
Oh,
I would not want to be part of the Confederates.
I think I would be like someone living.
Wait, can we clarify what war was being fought in Gone with the Wind?
The Revolutionary War.
The Civil War.
The Revolutionary War.
Gone with
From the 1780s?
Not the Civil War. What are you talking about? It wasn't the Civil War.
Wait, Gone with the
There were
Wind.
no Confederates. There were no Confederates in the Revolutionary War, right?
I think
the Revolutionary War was between the Americans and the British. The Confederates were from the Civil War. The Confederates and the...
I'd rather be a Yankee because we won! America. Yeah, I'm really patriotic on 4th of July and every time we're in the World Cup, which is once every 4 years.
Which ward?
So actually, not very patriotic at all.
To an anti-4th of July celebration.
I'm gonna be on an airplane.
Nations.
I'm gonna be on an airplane.
I want to go. Yeah. Have you ever smoked a traditional peace pipe? It's absolutely no.
I'm gonna be flying in an airplane on 4th of July. The tickets are way cheaper because everyone's like not flying on that day.
That's smart.
That's actually really smart. Yeah, I was going to be staying for free on somebody's couch in Jamaica.
Nice.
For 2 weeks, but the person keeps going and being like, "Here's my hostel," so I'm just gonna go and stay in the hostel. 2 weeks is a long time on somebody's home.
That's
a really long time. So
some apartments won't even let you have squatters that long.
But he like tried to get me to change my time to go, and I'm just like, I'm not going to change my time to go there. And I'm like, I'm gonna go and stay in a hostel because fuck you, you know. Okay, which war do you think had the best food?
Please put that on your Instagram bio.
Okay, everyone. Which war had the best food? Okay.
Which war had the best music?
Okay, I asked for.
Probably a French war because they have such great cuisine.
That's so true.
Probably the French-Indian war.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the Mexican-American war because tacos.
No, that's true. Maybe the Vietnamese.
Do you guys support the troops?
Yeah.
I don't support the troops personally.
Ooh, what about the
I give two
what about the
craps.
Sino-Japanese war? We're talking Chinese food and Japanese food.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Crossover episode.
Crossover.
You know what? Depending on the day, my mood might change on the best war food.
Okay, which war had the best music?
Oh, that's actually really good.
Vietnam
Vietnam, hands down.
Oh, well, in modern times.
There was a lot.
Yeah, because people actually made music.
I don't think the war and the music had a lot to do.
I think.
It's going and saying Johnny.
There was a lot of music about the war. That's
without
point.
Vietnam War, we wouldn't have a lot of great music from the 60s.
Johnny
so
be
at
good.
least we have that going for us.
Okay, which Back to the Future do you think had the best food?
Food?
Was there food?
Was there ever food in any of the?
Which Spy Kids had the best Zap food?
What are you saying?
Spy Kids was it was good. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, that's a good movie. That movie was created by the director's son. It's so crazy.
Isn't that with
he was
George,
like 5.
George?
These are things like
George
that are
Zimmerman
coming back to me from like a fugue memory.
Okay,
that
who remembers the Noodle Kids or PB and J Otter?
PB and J Otter.
PB and J Otter, yes. And what about Between the Lions? Between the Lions.
James told me about that show.
Yeah. And Liberty Kids.
No.
All of these
Shock
sound
Zone?
familiar, and I'm sure I watched them. But
How about Shock Zone?
Shock Zone. Rudy's got the chaw.
Let's play some theme songs.
What about the Rugrats?
You know this one?
Oh. Yes.
Yes, Warner Brothers.
How about this one?
Warner Brothers.
How about this one?
Okay, Rugrats.
20th Century Fox. Here's a challenge. Can you guys do THX on that keyboard?
Oh,
yeah. So it's like this. THX theme is easy. You just start at the same note and then go out. So like.
Do you think Bernie Sanders is gonna win?
THX. It's in the game.
Do you think so?
Is he running again?
Yeah, he's running again. Do you think so?
No. Because if he gets elected, he'll be 78.
I think that Peter Buttigieg might win.
Peter Buttgeek? I think he could win.
No, seriously, I think he could.
I know his name is
I have a
Buttigieg.
message for
But my
all
friend
of
is a really
our-
big fan of him, and
I
I like
think
calling
he
him
might win.
Buttgeek to make fun of him.
But do you think he might win?
Sure.
He's super popular.
I have a message for all of our numerous listeners.
Yeah,
If you don't like either of the two major political parties in this country, just don't vote for them. Don't
vote for the
I didn't
third
say
party.
who I was going to vote for. I just said who I thought might win.
Yeah. Don't be manipulated.
We here at the Music Podcast with Cole and Jasper like to talk about politics as much as possible, so that we can, stay relevant.
Hey, let's play a song on that.
I'm a little swan. Okay, let's go and do it. You know what?
You know that Little Mermaid song, right?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Under the sea?
I wanna be.
Look at this stuff.
Look at this stuff.
But wait, I gotta find the rhythm
Okay.
first.
No, let me go and think of a really good one. Oh, you know what?
But that's the only one that's the only one I
Play
can
if you could see me now. If they could.
I could do Look at This
See
Stuff,
me.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. So like this.
Oh, play Hakuna Matata.
No, let's do
Hakuna Matata. Hakuna.
Wait, what's a good key for you? Look at this stuff.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat?
Wait, let's find the key.
Okay.
So sing it.
Okay, look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete?
Can you give her a better?
Alright, so start again. I'll find it.
Oh, look at this
Look
stuff.
at this stuff. It's in E flat.
Okay, no, I got it. Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who has everything?
Yep, louder.
Treasures untold.
How many treasures can one cavern hold?
Sure, this got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I got musics and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. Dildos.
No big deal.
So.
I want 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha, la cucaracha, la cucaracha. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
I have a question about mermaids.
What?
How does their reproduction work exactly?
I think that they lay an egg, and
So
then
like,
I think that
so
somebody.
Little Mermaid Ariel does not have.
So I think that they lay an egg, and
I guess she got
and
one.
and a guy
Well,
goes
she got
and
one later.
hysterically jacks off hysterically.
How did Ariel's father, King of the Sea, impregnate Ariel's mother?
So
It must have been like fish eggs.
yeah, fish eggs. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
an
of
egg?
course.
Yeah, a fish egg. Well, I mean, if you eat sushi, you should feel bad.
Why?
They're little fish eggs. They're just.
Oh, I
little,
don't
they're,
like caviar. It's
They're the Little
funny
Mermaid.
tasting.
They're Little Mermaid. Yeah. Anyway.
Doesn't caviar make you like super horny or
I don't.
something?
Oh well, you're talking
Not like
aphrodisiacs. Yeah.
Not like
Fish
pizza
food,
makes her
fish
super
food in
horny.
general. You know, you'll go and you'll put some of the fish food actually on your tongue, and it'll supposed to make you super hard.
Like fish food that you
Yeah.
feed your fish?
Have you ever had like a moment where you just do you remember the first moment you felt aroused?
I'm a guy, so I get aroused literally all the time by
No,
everything.
no. The first moment that it physically went to your brain and you felt aroused.
In my life?
Yeah.
Well, I don't fucking know.
In your brain. You were like,
Probably as a baby, like babies, like they touch like their whole
Yeah.
body. Like we probably can't remember that far back. It probably happened before our memory.
But like, I got erections before I knew why I was getting erections. Or
yeah, you know what?
Because,
There's
you're a kid.
there's a famous comedian I remember listening on a podcast, and they were talking about how like when they were 5 they had sex because they got a boner. And the girl was like 12 years old.
What the fuck? Who?
I'm not gonna say.
I don't know.
It's not my story to tell.
It's not
Okay.
like when you're a kid. You're like, oh, I have this boner. I'm gonna stick it in a vajayjay. No kid is thinking that. They're like, oh, neat. My
You
penis
know,
is funny.
I always
Feels
get really
funny.
surprised when I find out
It's not connected
somebody
to
has
sex
a,
yet, you
when
know?
somebody has a butthole, I'm always surprised.
Everyone has a butthole.
I'm more surprised.
Do you not have a
You're
butthole?
just shocked every time. You just realize like
Every
person
time,
you
no,
look
no,
at
no.
has a butthole.
Yeah, every time I'm so surprised that somebody has a butthole. I'm like, what? Is this a new body part?
I don't know how I feel
Sounds
about
like
that.
you need
How
to
many
get more in
buttholes
touch
have
with
you
your
seen?
butthole.
How many bottles have you seen? 1, 2? You
I
guys ever seen your own butthole? I don't think I've seen
I
it.
have.
I haven't
Really?
taken a mirror to it, but I've seen it.
How do you see
I don't
it?
get surprised by my own butthole. I get surprised at other
Wait,
people.
what position can you be in that you can see your own butthole? I've never seen
You
that.
just pull your cheeks apart and then you go and you blow it a kiss and you go.
But how do you look at it without a mirror? How do you look at it without a mirror?
Without a mirror.
Yeah, how do you look at your own butthole? It's on the
No,
side
no,
of
no.
it.
You're in front of a mirror.
It's like eyes on the back of your head. That's what a butthole is. So one eye on the back of your butt. Cole, have you seen your own butthole?
I feel like I've seen my own butthole.
I feel like I know.
In a mirror or something.
What if you were like in the mirror? And then
So
it's
I don't
on
think
top?
I think this will be the lost episode of the music podcast with Cole and Jasper.
No, this is going to be episode 3.
Oh sure, yeah.
Okay, so what if you found out that the black hole, that image that we have just been seeing, that we have just seen on the internet, was actually
Me? Mine?
your
You're
butthole?
pointing at me?
Yeah, your butthole.
I've lost control of this conversation.
Oh gosh.
What if they saw the butthole? It was the butthole in space.
What other theme songs do you know? Do you know the Get Smart
I
thing?
like that song. Let's do it. What if it was a butthole? They saw it in space, and something came out of it, and we didn't know. I didn't know what happened to my butthole. I didn't know what happened to my butthole. I didn't know what happened to my butthole. My butt was from outer space. My butt. Oh, do you remember Lamb and Chop Chop? Lamb chop. Lamb
Only
chop.
from South
Wait.
Park. Only
Do you
from
remember
South Park.
Lamb Chop and Sherry Lewis?
Is that
Hi, I'm Lamb Chop.
from South Park? Yeah, from South Park.
Oh, that's a Pink Panther.
Oh shit.
My butthole, my butthole, my butthole.
This is
Okay.
a true bad episode.
That's what I was saying.
This has been a
But
really
I think
funny
I
episode.
think we owe it to our viewers to give them a regular.
Hear that,
piece of
viewers?
content.
Listeners. That
You
is.
think that this has been a bad episode? I think it's been
Well, it's
wonderful.
actually it's been fun, but I just like.
Think about the idea that other people will be hearing this.
If we talk about music for 5 minutes, then we'll at least have been on topic for some of it.
Okay.
Let's talk about music.
Okay, let's talk about music.
We talked about which
Oh, wait, actually,
war
let's
had the
play-
best
let's play
music.
Fuck it, let's play
Which
music.
war had the best food?
Zahava, you're a singer. You sang with Celine Dion. What songs do you know?
What song?
How
I know
many
a
songs
lot
do
of
you know?
songs.
100?
You
Do you
sang
know
with
over
who?
100 songs?
I know a lot of songs.
What do you want to sing right now? What do you want to sing right now?
What do I want to sing?
Let's play.
Well, what are we in the mood for? Like 60s, 70s?
Do you guys know that?
Oh, let's
one?
play Old Town Road.
I don't know how to play.
Oh my
Play
gosh,
it.
Old
I haven't heard
Town
of that.
Road. I would play it, but I think it's
I
a
can
little.
play old time music. I can play. I've been working on the railroad.
Oh,
Can
you
you
know what?
sing?
Let's go and play. You know what we should play?
What?
We should go and play.
What?
Let me go and think about it. I'm gonna go and think. We could play. Take Me to Church.
I don't know how to play
You
that.
guys know I'm beginning
I know,
to see the
I can
light,
play that one.
the jazz song.
Do you know that, Zahava? I'm beginning to see the light. It's like a.
Oh, let's play Rack City. Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. TNT and 20s on your titties, bitch.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Ready? 1, 2,
Wait.
3, 4. You gonna sing it, right?
Yeah, wait 1 second.
This is the intro.
You realize that when this is posted, you're both saying this is really badass.
I think we aim to.
I don't think they'll get that far in the episode. So we're fine.
Hey, you're gonna sing Rack City?
But, okay.
Let me know when you're going to count
Okay,
it off.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. TNT and 20s on your titties, bitch. Deep, no guest list. T-Rock, you don't know who you fucking with. Got my other bitch, fucking with my other bitch.
Hold on, stop. Can you please just be on a fucking beat, please? Can you start again? 1, 2.
Wait.
This is a music we have standards on this podcast, as you've known, as you've seen throughout the episode. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch.
Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. 10 and 20s on your titties, bitch. 100 deep, yeah. No guess. T-Rock, you don't know who you fucking with. Got my other bitch, fucking with my other bitch. Fucking all my night, blank, we ain't celibate. Make it sound too dope, I ain't selling it. Far fresh than a motherfucking peppermint. Gold letterman, fast kings, killing shit. Young money, yeah, we getting rich. I got your grandma on my dick. Girl,
Nice.
You really lowered the volume for that line.
I'm a motherfucking star.
You guys
Look
want
at
to
the
talk
paint
about
on the car. Too much
how-
rim, make the
how,
ride too hard. Tell that bitch hop out, walk the boulevard. I need the money pronto. Get it in the morning. Like Alonzo. Pronto.
That's like our friend Alonzo.
Hey, no
Hi
way.
Alonzo, shout out Alonzo, my new best friend.
poncho.
Green got cheese like a nacho.
We need to get a lunch
if you
on this
ain't got
podcast,
no
so
ass,
bring it back
bitch,
on
wear a
track.
poncho.
It's true.
Head
I love
honcho,
it.
got my seat back.
It's
Blank
just
staring
it's
at me, don't get
It's an
back.
experimental episode.
Yeah.
Put my shirt off
We're
the.
finding our sound.
What's your favorite song from a Disney original movie?
Actually, you know what? You know what? I'll tell you. It's gonna happen.
Sorry, tell me. I was just fooling around. So what's the answer?
I like You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say the genie song from Aladdin.
I like the Mulan song.
You ain't
Oh,
never
yeah,
had
yeah.
a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend.
Or the one about like from her, the guy going and being like, you're like not a manly man.
yeah.
I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Yeah.
It's the boppest,
Yeah.
it's the boppest bop ever made.
It's so
but-
good, yeah.
And it's ironic because she's actually not a man,
let's
but
play
he doesn't
that
know
song.
that.
Let's play that song.
He really fucked up.
I'll make a man out of you.
What is he doing most of the time?
This is his favorite song.
What was the one?
Okay,
I'll Make a Man Out of You.
let's get down to business
I'm gonna do a
to
different.
defeat
Yeah, we have to wait a little bit.
Okay. Okay, let's put this regular.
That's right.
Perfect.
It's in A minor. Or it's actually in F minor, I think. Or,
Perfect. Yeah.
Do you know the song? Dun 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 dun.
get down to
Business to the beat.
Oh, neat.
The fun. Okay.
Two, three, four.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Hun.
Yeah, I like this.
Did they send me daughters when I asked
For
for
sides.
sons?
Damn.
The saddest bunch I ever met.
There you
But you can bet before we're through, Mr. I'll make a man out of you. Tranquil as a forest, but on fire within. Once you find your center, you are sure to win. You're a spineless, pale, pathetic lot, and you haven't got a clue. Somehow I'll make a man out of you. I'm never gonna catch my breath. Say goodbye to those who knew me. Boy, was I a fool in class at school for a cutting tip. This guy got them scared to death. Hope he doesn't see what I do. Now I really wish that I knew I could swim. We must be as swift
Be
as
a man.
must be swift as a coursing river. We must be with all the force of a great typhoon. We are men with all the strength of a raging fire.
There's a dark side.
The moon.
Oh
Time is racing towards us till the Huns arrive. Head my every order, and you might survive. You're unsolved, to the rage of war. So pack up, go home, you're through, Mr. I'll make a man out of you. Be a man, you must be swift as the coursing river. Be a man with the force of a great typhoon. Be a man with all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Be a man. We must be swift as a coursing river. Be a man with all the force of a great typhoon. Be a man with all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Thank you, everyone. This has been a great podcast. Zahava, Jasper, Cole, and Sasha. I remember, yeah. Thank you, everyone. This has been a wonderful event. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much for listening. If you really are still listening, thank you so much, and I promise that we will learn our lesson after this podcast. Thank you, and good night. Goodbye.